I've sent out a search party, but I can't find it. No, summer is sadly lacking this time of year. Welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. I've just downloaded this app. It's pretty good, actually. I'm just downloading a pack. It's the Merlin Bird ID pack for Europe, England and Ireland. And what it does, it helps identify bird sounds, the ones that you can hear, not that in the background, that's building work going on. Across the other side of the canal, by the way. Yeah. I don't know if it's something that's just happened or occurred to me now that I'm in my 60s, but so this app is picking that up, and then it'll tell me what bird it is, and from the bird pack that I've downloaded, it will identify the bird. It will put the bird like a chiff-chaff or something like that, or a wren. It'll put the sound to an image of the bird, apparently. So I'm just discovering it for the first time. There it is, look. So yeah, it's going to be part of my towpath walk today. Looking to improve mental health and well-being, to relieve the stresses of everyday life and any struggles you may be dealing with, then may I suggest a therapeutic walk along the corridors of the inland waterways. Hey, sending that search party out really worked. I found it. Yeah, I'm learning about patience, about the benefits of patience, of waiting, of being. But unfortunately, as has become the norm this summer, that sun will be followed by precipitation. Patience. And it's back to the app, even with that pesky background noise. What are you doing in the car here, you ask? Well, to be honest with you, I think it's been one of the many problems that I've been going through. So I just need to get out more. As if I don't get out enough. But there's a different meaning to it. So let's try and fathom it out together. Sometimes I think you just have to change, you have to step out of the person that you are to try to discover who you really are. And what a great place to start. Looks like I'm on the set of Peaky Blinders. I'm near the junction, the canal junction of Atherton and the Lichfield Canal Restoration and Boating Club, not far up from there. But that din in the background is the A38, you can't get away from it. But it just does become background noise as you get used to the area. And I don't know what it is, but I'm taking more notice of avid fauna, flowers, horticulture, ornithology. What's happening to me? So the theme of this towpath walk is discover something new, something different, and just go and sample it. I've cruised this way many times, I've gone down this way many times on my boat on the canal, but I've never actually walked it. And you always look off your boat to the towpath and the surrounding area and you think, oh, I wonder what it'd be like if we just jumped off the boat here. Oh, you know, because I've got the means to do it, I've come back to sample it. You can say, oh, well, what's the point of doing these videos? Loads of people go on walks. Well, of course they do, but you know, it's what's going off in here that matters. And whether it's a sound or even a smell, that can be a game changer mentally. Yeah, so the dog can get through. Look, it's good. Let's have a look. You know, I remember once, donkeys years ago, I think it was in the 1970s when I was just a kid, and I was with my uncle, and I snapped a twig off a tree and he went absolutely nuts. And when you look around, you can understand why he went nuts. Why would I have done that in the first place? What gave me the right? That is so cool. Look at that. Yeah, it doesn't matter what noise there is around. Whenever you get to a place like this, it's almost as if it's been nullified. It's almost as if it allows you to really get deep into thought about the past, the present, and all our concerns about the future. So, back down to the canal. Bridge number 90, I believe this one is. And talking about getting deep in thought, the air quality. It vastly differs between being up on the road and being down on the canal. A green corridor, green space, the air, even in cities like Birmingham and London, with the exception of the cannabis that you can smell around London, especially Camden. So as a general rule of thumb, I mean, you wouldn't think it was absolutely chucking it down right now, but it is. I don't generally film people unless I've got their permission. I don't really want to put them on the back foot, but I just got a bit of footage there, and you know, I was just saying that the precipitation, it's just just off the charts in 2024, but it's one of those, isn't it? Yeah, we've had some incredible weather this year in 2024. Considerable amounts of rain, long, dull days. Joking aside, that's why I'm out here rationalising it. Getting back to the reason behind these towpath walks for mental health and well-being, my problems are lightweight compared to some people's, I guess. Obviously, we all suffer the slings and arrows of everyday life, but this is definitely a fantastic way of combating that. As you can see, it's beautiful. And today, if nothing else, what I've done is I've discovered another towpath walk, one that I'll be taking now and probably in the future. I know what you're saying. You know, everybody takes walks, we all go out for walks, what's the point of doing these videos? Well, it's quite simple. If this provokes a thought or a feeling or even the inclination of taking a walk like this in a situation like this with a friend like that, then it's got to be worth indulging in, if nothing else, for physical well-being. And am I an expert? No. Do I have a right to be sharing my thoughts on here? Well, yes. And just like this tree behind me, your thoughts can go off in all different directions, and indeed they do. But in this hour, the hour that I talk about in my videos, try not to let your problems occupy more than 1 hour a day. And if you try to rationalize them or wrestle with them, then an environment like this, away from social media, away from these phones, and yes, possibly even away from family and friends, is another fantastic way of dealing with those issues. So the opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone. If you need more advice on these matters, then I suggest that you seek out a professional that is capable of dealing with these types of things. I've left a link in the description down below of a place where I think is a good starting point. And you know, since the virus of unspecified origin, people's lives have changed. People are more stressed. It's more evident now than it's perhaps ever been. The examples are all around us. So it's more important, not less important, to make sure that we come to understand where these problems stem from, and hopefully it gives us a common ground from where to start in coping mechanisms in how to deal with these situations. You know, just because you haven't got certain things in life doesn't mean that you have to accept mediocrity. I know people that have no money but are far happier than those with it. And those with a greater responsibility may also be suffering in silence. We just don't know. I personally take a greater comfort in having far less than I had 30 years ago. For me, less is definitely more. And in conclusion to the second part in this series on well-being and mental health, I think that definitely looks like a scene from Peaky Blinders, don't you? Leave a comment. And if you like what I'm doing here, please consider hitting the notification bell for more videos in this series. Thanks.